Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Not my usual intro, but as you guys know, I've been gone a long time. And this is the first time that I'm appearing on this channel like this, which is very strange. As you can see from the title, this is going to be me kind of just relaying all of the things that I went through in my process of getting facial feminization surgery. And I'm very excited. I had missed filming and I wasn't really able to because of where I was at healing wise. And I know this isn't, like I said, how I typically appear in videos. I love to wear my, my blonde to brown wig, but this is a very casual, very raw, not to sound dramatic, but this is a very personal video. And I just wanted to be able to, I don't know, this is the first time I'm filming a video where I'm not wearing a wig and I'm not questioning myself for maybe the first 5 minutes of prepping to film because I was just so worried about what it looks like. It's so weird. It's very weird, but we'll just get into it. I got facial feminization surgery on the 22nd of December in Beverly Hills, California with Dr. Harrison Lee. And it was genuinely one of the best choices that I've ever made. It is the best trip that I've ever made. And it was all worth it. It was such an experience. Let's just talk about that real quick. So basically, I had been staying in an extended stay. That was when I was filming and I had a weird background. I was in an extended stay hotel. I couldn't say that then because location. But so then I left that night and I drove to my parents' house out of state and we flew the next day to California. It was so surreal. I was sitting there on the flight and I was like, oh my God, this is actually about to happen. Very funny. First thing that happened when I got to the airport was I got misgendered and I was sitting there okay, I'm here for that reason. Hopefully this won't happen again. So I got on the flight and I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, this is real. This is happening. The whole process of getting the surgery was so stressful for me specifically because there was a time zone difference in California and Ohio. So getting the information to go from me to the hospitals in Ohio where I was getting my work done, not my surgery, but my x-rays and stuff like that, to a 3-hour later time zone in California, getting them to communicate with each other was so stressful. And I was the week before surgery, I was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to have it, but I did, obviously. So everything's set. I get to my hotel in California. So I was tomorrow I'm going in for my pre-visit and, I slept. Then I woke up and we went down to Beverly Hills, down to his little place. I talked with one of the staff members about going over what all was happening. They told me all of the aftercare stuff and what I would need to know. And then I went and got my prescriptions, which is where I got all my pain meds because that's obviously very important. I didn't want to be in pain. So the whole surgery aspect was fine. I was there were a lot of weird things. And I don't want this to sound like I'm complaining or dissing anyone. There's just stuff had happened and I was whew. Basically, I went to where they performed the surgery, which was about 5 minutes away from his office. I went in, I got in my gown and everything, and I waited for a little bit and oh my God, I had so much anxiety. I was freaking out because I am such a person where it's I have a very high pain tolerance. I'm very when things that are stressful happen, I'm okay with them in the moment, but it's always that anticipation to get there. So I was super stressed out. I was shaking. Everyone could tell I was shaking. The nurses would be you're really nervous. And I was thank you. I know. And then they took me into the operating room, which was so surreal. I was literally, they had music blasting, they were ready to go. It was actually, I don't remember, obviously anesthesia is very, very funky. So I don't remember what happened, but I think she was hey, I'm just gonna put this on, put a mask on. She's this is just oxygen. And I don't think it was oxygen. I don't know why I believed her, but I went to bed. So I slept. I just remember waking up and being very loopy, but also very whoa, what just happened? They got me up there hey, we're gonna move you now to the recovery place. Oh my God, this was the trippiest time of my life because I was getting off of the anesthetic and it was some of it is so blurry, so maybe my information's wrong, but I remember most of it. So I got there and they put me in this bed that was really comfy. And there was this thing that I think kept my circulation going that was around my legs. And it was connected to this thing where if it ever got too loose, it would beep. And it was awful because apparently it just kept getting too loose and it would beep. And I would be what do I do about that? It's going to keep beeping and I'm not going to be able to sleep. So then I would click my little emergency thing and they would come fix it and then it would do it again. That was a whole debacle. But I basically just had to spend the night there under their care and they came in and just checked my IV, gave me any drinks that I was able to drink. My throat was super dry because like for the nose part of the surgery, they have to put a tube down your throat so you can breathe. My throat was super like scratchy and low. I did get misgendered a little bit, which was fine. I was like, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. It's fine. Other than that, like it was just such like a blur. There was one point I do remember that was very memorable. I was like, I need to pee. So I rang my thing so they could come bring me to the bathroom. And I don't know what was going on with me. I got up, walked to the bathroom, used the restroom, and then immediately when I got up from the toilet, lightheaded, fell. Which was really scary because I was like, uh-oh. I hope I was like, did I hit anything? And I didn't, thankfully. She like came in and like helped me. And I was like, I fell. Like I was cool with it. Like in the moment, I was like, okay, yeah, I just fell. Like it happened. And she's like, yeah, I gotta let them know about this. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine though. I didn't hit my face. Like I kept reassuring her because I didn't hit my face. Like I was fine. I was just a little shaken up. I woke up that next morning and he took off all of like the bandages and stuff like that because there was like the initial like bandage and all that. He took it off and put another one on, like kind of like a to-go one in a sense. Also, I forgot to include this, so I'm filming this after, but the surgeries that I got done was hairline advancement, ears pinned, eyebrow lift that goes with the hairline advancement, forehead shaving, brow bone reduction, nose job, fat grafting under the eyelids, small little lip lift, shaving of the Adam's apple, and jaw and a little bit of chin, like shaving down. There was actually this sweet woman, I forgot to mention her. She was the one who helped me when I fell. She literally was like, she wasn't gonna see me for the rest of the night because like her shift was over, and she was like, just like, you know, you're doing this like, you know, because it'll make your life better, and I just wish you the best of luck. I think she felt really bad because she just watched me absolutely bite it. But she was very sweet, and yeah, my heart goes out to her. All right, I went back to the hotel. I was just there with my mom. Basically, I just had to maintain stuff. I had to do this like nose spray, and I had to empty my drain. The drain was the worst part. I did not like the drain. It's like, not to be like vulgar or not to be like graphic. It went like in like a hole in the back of my head, like right here, and it wrapped around my forehead. There was like a little like, it looked like there was a little tube under my forehead, which there was. The recovery was good. I was very, very swollen for the first couple days, but I watched a lot of movies, which were like very blended together. I remember I watched Emily in Paris, and I don't really remember any of the important plot points. I just remember it was on and I saw parts of it. So then at the end of that week, I had to go back in to Dr. Harrison Lee's office, and he had to do like the post-care stuff, like taking all that stuff off, like all my bandages. And the worst part of that entire thing, I couldn't feel most of this like area, which was good until he took the drain out. Like he was like, he knew this was not going to be good for me. So he's like, just hold on, and pulled that thing out. And I think that's like the most painful part. I think that was more painful than the surgery. I was like, oh my God, that was awful. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, it's really bad. But it was out, thankfully. I never want to do that again. Yeah, so he gave me this like a chin strap. He gave me a chin strap to help with the swelling and to like really just like accentuate my jawline. And I was like, okay, bye, Dr. Harrison Lee. Thank you so much. And he was like, thank you. He was very nice. I like no complaints about him. He was a really sweet person. And he laughed at a lot of my jokes, which was good. That's what I wanted. I'm a people pleaser. So then I left and I went back into the car with my mom, and we drove back to the hotel for our last night. I was still really swollen. Like I was ridiculously swollen, and I had stitches all the way here and a screw here and a screw here. That's why like, I hate to say it, like I'm like balding a little bit there. It will grow back, but there was a screw in my skull, so don't give me that. Don't give me that. Here is where I'll include some of the, like the footage from that. This is like weird. This was my night before, and it was a video that I took basically saying like, hey, this is the night before. I don't remember if it was the night before. It was so long ago, but here's that video now. I'm very stressed out. It's like such a monumental thing for me in my own comfort levels with literally existing as myself. So I'm very relieved that the day is finally here. I will see you when I see you. And that video is crazy to me because it's like, I don't know, I feel like I look so different. Like when I look at myself now without makeup compared to that video. Before this, I really didn't like showing myself without makeup or stuff like that because it always just felt like, it almost felt like me being all dressed up was like kind of like a performance. Like I didn't like showing that because I didn't want people to think that there was anything else, because there truly wasn't. A lot of the time, like pre-transition stuff, like I don't really like to share that kind of stuff because I don't like to give people that idea that there was a before and then there was this big reveal and change. Like obviously you can see what I looked like in my past videos. Like I'm sure if you really wanted to look, you could see the differences, but I just don't like to highlight that. A video like that is something I never thought that I would post, but it's to help you and anyone who's getting that surgery to know that things change. Okay, the second video is also very vulnerable. This was mid-recovery. Trigger warning, I guess. I was really swollen, and my voice probably sounds a little different because I was very raspy, so please don't judge me too hard. I took this video for science, for social media, and yeah, please enjoy swollen me.
Warning, my face. Yeah, we're looking a little swollen today, but I feel like I'm at least recognizable to some extent. Would you agree? Okay, she shook her head yes. So, as much as I definitely look different right now, I've been more swollen than I haven't shown. Also, this right here is the drain. Please don't worry. I'm fine. I'm actually on a very good path to healing. This is only a week post-op everything. I don't really have any bruising, like I'm just swollen, so I'm very lucky to be able to have that, but it's still been very rough. I'm having a lot of pain. Yes, today we are going to get the drain out and whatever else he wants to do before he sends me off to go recover with my family. And yeah, I'm very excited to get this freaking thing out of my head. It's literally one of the most annoying things ever. Hopefully that doesn't feel weird. I don't know what it's like to get a drain taken out of my head, but I'm still pretty numb, so I hope I don't feel it. Next time I will see you guys. I'm not sure when I'll update you. Maybe it'll be after this appointment, but yeah, see you guys later.
So yeah, that was that. I hope you enjoyed me healing.
Peter, don't turn me into marketable plushies.
I didn't really take any other videos of the trip because I didn't want to, like, you know, say, hey Harrison Lee, smile. Like I didn't want to do that. I wanted to experience the surgery, and there were a lot of ugly parts of it that I just wasn't cool with sharing. But other than that, like obviously I'm here right now and I'm going to talk to you even more because there's more to this. So after that, I flew back home. So then I got off the flight and I got to see my dad, and we went back to their house, and I recovered there out of state for about a month. The other thing that was so painful, I think the worst part of surgery for me was getting my ears pinned, which like, that was the most painful part. It was so difficult because I am such a person who lays on their side when I sleep, and I couldn't do that because of my ears were healing. So I had to sleep like this the whole trip and all of recovery, and it was awful. And I had to sleep with a chin strap. It was not glamorous. It was not glamorous at all. I didn't feel pretty, and that's okay, because now I feel pretty. And then comes my first post-op appointment, and I did it in New York rather than Beverly Hills because that was just closer to where my parents lived. I went to his New York office, and this was also a very not glamorous, not fun part. I basically had to get my screws and my stitches out. That part was very. Around this part, I still don't really have like entire feeling. So getting the stitches out here and the screws, I didn't feel anything. But right here, like let me show you this like scar if I can try to get it. That is a scar right there, like that right there. That is a surgery scar, and getting those out because there wasn't any lack of feeling was awful. It was like getting flicked like several times over here, and it was very painful. But it was okay. It was over before I knew it, and I was like, yay, this means I can actually start washing my hair once that closes. Great. I look at myself now and I feel like I'm looking at how I've always thought I looked. So then when I look at like those photos, like they feel so distorted and they feel so not me. Like it's like, wow, that's like a feature that I had. It's very cool. It's very cool to be like looking at myself and like actually feeling, I don't even know, like connected to my facial presentation. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a connection that was finally made, and I have not been happier. I genuinely I never used to like myself without makeup. I never used to be able to wear my hair down. I always was so like insecure with like my hairline and just like where my hair was at growth wise. And I'm sure to a lot of people who aren't trans, they would not understand why something like this is so life-changing and life-altering. but it genuinely is. And I hope that like from how I carry myself, that shows, because it genuinely is life-changing. Like it changes how I feel like I can navigate the world. It changes how I feel like I can look at myself. It has given me a ridiculous amount of confidence that I did not have before. And it's so weird because it's so subtle. It genuinely is so subtle, because I know like there are definitely some of you who are looking at me and they're like, you didn't look any different. You don't look different. Please don't say that though. That will hurt my feelings. But it's like, all of it was so subtle. Like if you were to look at photos, you would totally see what I mean. Like it's just everything was smoothed out. I have been misgendered once since that surgery, and it was when I had a hood up. Like I had like a mask on and a hood up. Like I was genuinely, I think he was just going off my head. I don't know. One time, and I didn't even have like a full face on. Like I genuinely, other than that, gendered female every single time. It's all very subtle, but I'm being read as female for one of the first times consistently in my everyday life. Not like how I present myself on social media. Like it's come full circle. The thing is, I remember when I first like kind of was healing and I was going without makeup, and I was like, what does a cis woman look like without makeup? Like I don't, like I just get, you cannot be too hard on yourself. Cis women don't all look like the ideal peak femininity without makeup. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's so sad how hard I was on myself, but I don't regret a single bit of it. Not that I'm like hard on myself, but like, you know, the journey of like the surgery and where I've been, because I have not been happier. I've been so confident. I am Snapchatting people. I'm not wearing my YouTuber wig and my YouTuber outfits all day. Like I'm not doing that. I used to never Snapchat people, but now I feel like I can, even without makeup. It's very, very freeing. It's very freeing. That's a good word to describe this surgery. I feel like a big weight has been like lifted off of my shoulders, and I feel free to be viewed the way that I need to be, to view myself the way that I need to be, navigate the world feeling just a little bit more like I'm in it the way that I should be. It's so wild to me that I was in such a place when I first started YouTube that I was dreaming for the surgery, like kind of semi and silent. Like I was posting about it, but it was like, you know, it's so weird looking back at myself in, for example, Who Am I? And thinking, she wanted this so bad. She wanted this so ridiculously bad, and now I have it. She would be happy knowing that I'm as happy as I am. This is an official return. I'm going to try to like really try to balance making content, especially now that I really have like my own time and I can kind of make choices for myself. I have a lot of fun things planned that I wasn't able to accomplish earlier, but we're here now and I really have not felt better. So thank you guys so much, especially to the Bellinators and all of my friends and honestly my family as well, because they have been so patient. I'm glad that you get to see not a new me, but a new version of me that is going to carry herself differently in a better way. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope it was informational, and I hope that gave you a little more insight as to what a trans person can go through in their transition. And I cannot wait to start getting back to content because I have missed it. I've played a lot of Roblox over my break, and I've missed actually turning on the record button. I will see you guys sooner than you think. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me on this journey, and I will see, oh, wait. And don't forget to keep it luxe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!